Hello again, guys! GEEKAMANIA, part 3 of 3, episode 14.
Yeah, episode 14.
Okay, so we literally just got done watching Terminator 2. And we're going to review, because I've not actually ever seen the film before.
Because Ben is crazy.
He's crazy.
I'm
He's
not
never
crazy.
seen one of the best films ever made before, so...
This is one of the best films ever made.
Yes.
I dispute that fact. Did not enjoy it.
No.
No, that's true. That's not true. I did enjoy it.
But not
But-
as much as you thought you might.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like part of the problem is I'm spoilt nowadays.
Because of all the great films that are on
Because
these
of all
days.
the great films on these. Just because, like,
Instantly
I think,
profound.
like, half of the appeal of that film is just, like, the special effects. Because even now, like, I was like, okay, these effects are quite good.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen video games that have been released in previous years that have looked worse. Much, much worse. But, you know, and I have to say, the VFX in that were really good. Cinematography was good. The acting was not so great.
It's probably Arnie's best acting film there.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
that's
terrible actor.
this is the thing. He's a terrible actor, so let's write a character who hardly has to show any emotion, and when he does show emotion, it's designed to be funny.
Yes.
So it
You
totally works.
you know you're a bad
Yeah.
actor when you're casted to have your portrayal of emotion as funny. That's when you know you're doing things wrong. But no, it was alright. I don't see what all the hype's about. This is part of the reason why I don't like films with so much hype around them, because I see them and I pick extra holes in them because everyone says, "Oh, this film's amazing. Oh, this film's perfect. Oh, top 10 film," and then
That
I
was
just
you,
go
Mark, wasn't it?
pick holes.
What?
With all the hype.
Yeah, it probably was me.
You were the
actually.
hype man, yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
I'd have
like
come
I
into
thought
this
kind
without
of
any
film.
hype, if I'd gone, I think I'm going to watch Terminator 2, so I might have enjoyed it a bit more. So I might be a little bit biased. So take my review with like a nice big chunk of salt. Not a grain of salt, because that's too little. Nice big chunk of salt, like salt shaker size salt.
Mm.
But yeah, it was good. Went on for a bit too long, but that might be just because we're watching the extended edition.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
would
if
be.
that's too much of a factor. So
Mhm.
the pacing suffered a little. I didn't really care for any of the characters. The
Really?
only character I slightly cared for was the Terminator, was Arnold himself.
What about the black guy that almost died?
I was just like, well, this is a very on-the-nose allegory
Dyson.
pardon?
Dyson.
Dyson.
Yeah, this is a very on-the-nose allegory for Dyson, the inventor of the Dyson vacuum cleaner and the wheelbarrow, clearly. Because his inventions have caused so much havoc and basically caused the whole of humanity to die. Curse you, Dyson, those wheelbarrows. and
Movers.
tools.
You gotta say that, dude. That's some definitely for the effects and like some of the shots and just what happens in the film is amazing. Like right at the beginning of the title sequence, you got like the playground burning and you got the Terminator coming through and it kind of shows what what could happen if Skynet happens in Judgment Day.
The VFX were easily the best thing. I mean, if you hadn't have repeatedly, told me that film was made in 1991, I would have estimated it being like 2000. Easily. Because the VFX were that strong. Way ahead of their time, clearly.
Yeah. That's because Cameron is known for someone who's always very good with his special effects. Think of Avatar, for example.
Oh yeah,
James
he's
Cameron
definitely a
film
guy who
is-
likes to push the boundaries of technology.
Mm.
And he definitely did. But I'm just saying, like, as usual with Cameron's films, they suffer in pacing and story. That's his problems usually.
So was you not a fan of the Avatar?
Avatar was good. It was absolutely beautiful. See, I feel like my reaction to Avatar, when I saw Avatar, would be pretty much exactly the same to my reaction if I'd have seen Terminator at the time when I was young. Because I thought, this film is so pretty. It's really, really, really pretty. And the story's okay.
Yeah, but didn't you
And
like,
that's it.
Didn't you like the development of the Terminator, like, and his development and relationship
Well,
with
this
John?
is the
It's like
problem,
John's
is
the one who's kind
because-
of making him more human and stuff.
This is the problem, because if I had have seen the first one first, I might have gotten the whole, oh, the Terminator is just a mindless killing machine. And then this whole context of the Terminator being a one, because I got that obviously from Sarah Connor going clearly, but like if I'd have actually experienced that, I feel like I might have appreciated the whole like Terminator turning in more human like a bit more. So again, more salt, add more salt to my opinion, because haven't seen the first one, so I don't quite have that context either.
I can't remember the first one.
The first one was
It's been a
basically where Carl Reese protects Sarah Connor from Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, who tries to kill her to prevent her having John.
But yeah, I mean, it's a solid film. It 3 stars in my book. But I know. I mean, I know.
So what if you saw it in 1991?
If I saw it in 1991, first of all, I'd have been about 8 months old maybe, and I've basically just been going, oh, I want food.
But what if you was, what if you was your age now?
If I was my age now and I saw that in 1991, I'd just be like, oh my god, how was the robot making his face as a robot and his arms robot? How were they doing that? It's amazing. That's really cool.
That would be like today's Avatar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have reacted in exactly the same way. Just like, I mean, I would have been visually stunned and just be like engaged with the visuals of the whole film, and the action also very decent. But again, like the story just doesn't feel. It didn't connect with me. I didn't at any time feel like I really want to know these characters and really care about them and really want to see them struggle through this. I was like, okay, show me more cool shit. But yeah, I mean, pretty much exactly the same reaction I had to Avatar, I had to this film.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Let's hear Mark's thoughts. I'm sure he's got a lot to say about this film.
I think it's one of my all-time favourite films, and yeah, I can see where Ben is coming from, but at the same sense though, I think it's one of those things you might have to watch a few more times to kind of get more out of it, and also as well though, I kind of appreciate the fact that, you know, it's kind of like, I can't really think of the word, it's just like one of those films which is just so timeless that even like, as you said, even 20 years later, it still holds up against films
I'll give
that
you
even made out.
that, yeah. I mean, the only things that really knock you out of like the whole like period, the only things that really remind you like this is a period film, well, I'd say period, like an older film, is because like they say like when 1997 rolls around, you guys are gonna get screwed. It's like
And the clothes as well. Got to think of the clothes and the fact that some shots are so. Also as well, there was like some of the things are so powerful. Like you see Sarah Connor, like looking out to him, and it's like no, 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 and then you see just the massive explosion and like everyone just dying. It's that's just like really powerful how she like knows about what's going to happen and she wants to prevent it. And I also thought it was quite clever the fact that she actually becomes a Terminator herself. Like if you notice in like during the film, she wants to go and kill Dyson.
yeah, the way she like becomes the demon herself by like
Yeah.
going just to destroy something in the past to protect something in the
That's
future,
interesting.
and not realizing that she's becoming that demon herself.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, like it had great intentions and great ideas. I just don't feel like they were quite executed quite right. I mean, for one, I'm not a big fan of the child actor in it. I found him really grating, but that might just be because he's so 90s.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
so
He gets screaming.
Yeah,
He gets screaming.
Yes.
He kept screaming
He
that.
did
It's quite
scream a
annoying.
bit.
He likes to shout no a lot.
Yeah. Like, no, you can't kill people.
Why?
Because you
That
can.
was a funny film scene.
There was some good comedy in it. I mean, it's not a bad film. I would not say that about that film. I mean, like, it's good, but as I said, it's not really connected with me that much. I don't feel.
Do you think it's because you didn't see it, like, when I saw it I was quite young during the time, do you reckon if you saw it around the time it came out, do you reckon you might have connected more because you've seen
If
more
I'd have seen
films?
this film 10 years ago, I would probably have a much stronger connection to this. But seeing it now is just like, I've seen a lot of
It's
these.
instantly compared to.
I've seen a lot of these
great
themes before. I've seen time travel. I've seen, you know, things being sent back from the future. I've seen loads of Terminator parodies. I mean, it's just
You
like
waited too long to
it's
see it, Ben.
I have. It's hard for me to take this seriously right now, because just like you see all these. Only yesterday I was watching the Robot Chicken DC episode, and there was a Terminator 2 reference in that, and it's just like, you know, it's become so ingrained in the culture that I'm probably a bit desensitized to the whole thing.
And you got like the Easter baby, the I'll be back, the when you see him going to the llama with the fun,
like,
that's quite
and like all
iconic.
those things, instead of like coming off as awesome, they instantly came off as cliche because I've seen so many references to that thing.
Where if you saw it like 10 years ago, or
if I'd have seen that originally, then I would be like, "Oh, this is awesome," instead of going, "Oh, well, this is try Hasta la vista, baby, it's done." I've heard that so many times. So yeah, it's good, but you know you want to try and experience it freshly. You don't really want to do what I've done because it kind of ruins the whole
It's a bit of a
experience.
shame that Ben didn't have a...
It has. I didn't have a childhood.
Yeah, no,
He didn't get to
No, I had a childhood.
go back
Just
in
not
time
that
and see it
kind
when
of
it was new.
See, now on the other hand, if we were reviewing RoboCop, I'd have much fonder memories of RoboCop because I did see RoboCop around that.
We're
age.
probably the same, because I've never seen it. I'd probably maybe feel the same way as RoboCop as you are feeling about Terminator 2.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so. I mean, this is another thing: is you can't always review films accurately because everyone is going to take it subjectively. Some things are going to hit for some people. Some things are going to miss for some people. It's just part of the magic of cinema. Every film's going to hit every person differently. So yeah,
I haven't seen RoboCop.
you guys should see RoboCop.
We should see RoboCop next time we review that.
Yeah, shame we don't actually own RoboCop.
I know. So what do you guys? So what do you think of the soundtrack then?
Oh, the soundtrack. It was quite nice. I mean, James Cameron's always had a fair bit of affinity for music, and like I already knew about the Guns N' Roses song being on here because I'd known the Guns N' Roses song before I knew this film.
Yeah.
And like saw the music video for the film.
Yeah, did you like the cool homage to it where he was like having a Guns N' Roses? I
actually really liked the shot where he stood on the rose. That was a nice shot, but like, I didn't instantly think, "Oh, Guns N' Roses." But
I really like the music where for each of the characters, when you see the Terminator and the T-1000, it has the music kind of sounds more like metallic.
They've got music cues, yeah, like Arnold has the Terminator theme, whereas the T-1000 has like the sound of like grating metal and like like low piano keys and harsh violins, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's a really well made film. I just felt like the story wasn't quite so strong, and the pacing, as per usual of Cameron, is terrible because he loves making really, really long films. I feel like that film would be much better if it was just an hour and a half.
Alright, I honestly think you might prefer the theatre cut with the bits cut out.
Even then, I feel like just trimming that film down would give it a lot more impact in my book. Because sometimes more, sometimes less is more. A lot of the time. Yeah. It's just when you trim down the fat, you get more of the meaning quicker. And you get more of the impact, and you don't have, and you can take out some scenes which just don't seem to have a place in the narrative you're trying to tell in that particular film. Like that one scene that you said was in the one where like Kyle appears to her.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I know personally I didn't get that because I haven't seen the first one, but even then, like that whole like making her, seeing her go completely insane. I feel like.
Basically, the Carl bit that's only in the extended cut, and the theatre cut, that bit wasn't even in it. And another scene that wasn't in the theatre cut was the bit where he's like they're taking the Terminator thing out the skull, and he goes, "Well, if I can't, come on, if you won't listen to me, then how do you expect other people to?" That bit was
kept in.
Yeah, which I thought was quite cool because it shows.
I can see why you keep that scene in, yeah, but even then, like, it suffers a lot because of the pacing. I feel. I mean, he just doesn't know how to like make something concise.
Maybe
John got his barber in it, and he goes, "Get off your feet, soldier."
Yeah, that was really weird. Yeah, it was like, "Get on your feet, soldier." Wait, that's how you're romantic? Really? Really? This is how you want it?
Maybe what I might do is give you Terminator 2 on Blu-ray so you can watch the theatre cut, maybe, and then see that.
Did you just refer to yourself in the third person?
No, I said maybe I will.
No, I'm sure you said maybe Mark will.
No.
Maybe Mark will lend you Terminator 1 so you could get more of the
maybe
context.
I
Mark
will...
likes this idea, Ben. You should really take this idea from Mark. He's
what I'll do is I'll let you borrow Terminator 2 so then you can watch the theatre cut and maybe that might
I don't think I can sit through it again. Not now. Come back to me in a couple of years and maybe I'll be on set.
Ben's view on this film is strong.
Yeah. That's true.
Your hate for this.
It's not hatred. It's just
a small disliking.
It didn't connect with me.
And I think as well that because he hyped it up so much, or I did and Richie did, saying it's like one about the best films ever made.
It takes something really special for me to have that.
Richard Young.
If it has that much hype around it, it takes something really genuinely special for me to get through it. And there's not many things that have actually, penetrated the hype haze.
But would you say, without it being one of the best films ever, would you say it's at least one of the best action films that you've seen?
No, definitely not. I would take The Raid Redemption over that film every damn day.
Which one?
I will agree. That is an iconic film. I mean, that is a history piece of cinema. I will not doubt that. But I'm just saying, as a film for my own personal enjoyment, I did not really enjoy it as much as people would say. But I can understand why people put it on that pedestal and that filmmaking landmark, in a way. But for me, it's just like, film isn't always, for me, about, history and technology. Sometimes it's just about emotion and fun and enjoyment, and I didn't get much of it from that.
Really?
No.
Not even between, and that probably repeated, not even between John and Terminator, and even the fact with Sarah Connor becoming to kind of connect more with the Terminator itself.
I can see moments in it that people would find fun, but personally I didn't find it fun. And that's just my subjective opinion.
What was your favourite bit then?
Favourite bit? I have to say the scene in the, I can't remember what it's called, but where the T-1000 is chasing John through on his bike and he's in the big rig. That was a good scene. That was a
awesome
very
scene.
well done action scene. And the action's good, as I said. But doesn't connect with me on that emotional level. And that's what didn't really get me. But
my favourite scene was Sarah Connor breaking out of the madhouse.
That was a cool scene.
That was a good scene.
And then you see...
My favourite scene.
Which bit? You mean the bit when she's got the needle in the guy's neck, or do you mean the bit later on when she finally meets the team?
The bit where she's got the needle in the guy's neck.
Oh, and the bit where the insane asylum guy licks her face, that was just unnecessary. I do not get why he put that scene.
Was that in the original?
Yeah.
There's no vindication for that. You don't see him get really brutally murdered. You just see him get knocked out.
And then put in that room.
Yeah, that was it. That's
just random licking.
Yeah.
And also as well, probably the reason why she doesn't want to kill him is because then she'll become what she hates is a Terminator.
She might like him.
I don't get why you do that.
And also
What's up with that, James Cameron?
And also as well, I know I've never seen the first one, but I like the fact how Sarah Connor from the first one was quite weak and quite distressing. In the second one, you see her training herself up and become a lot more stronger, become a lot more independent woman. Like in the first one, you never ever see her hold a gun or with a shotgun or anything, but in this one, she's like a badass, and that's why I kind of like James Cameron is one of those directors who is very empowering of women, like in Aliens as well. And in this, he always makes sure that women are always seen as powerful people.
See, I think Aliens is a better film than this. Much better. It's a better action film. It's a better horror film. It has emotion in it. It connected with me much better.
But the second thing though, but did people hype it as much as this one though?
Yeah, they really did. People going, "Oh, Aliens is the best film ever," and I was like, "Yeah, no, it's really good."
And how long ago did you see it as well?
Not long ago at all. That was a year and a half tops.
Okay, I can see that then. I was only asking because some people, as you said, if you saw it when you were quite younger,
if I'd seen it when I was younger,
different
yeah. But no, yeah.
complexion to it. So what do you think about it then, Mikey?
I feel like if I put a review on it, it won't be as good as, I don't know, because it's such an old film. It would probably seem strange if I review it myself.
No,
Mike,
just give us a quick impression.
Just clear impression. What do you think of it? Because I love it. Ben is
it's a good watch. It's a good watch to if you want to watch a good film. It's a great thing to watch if you're interested in watching a good film. But I'm not sure. Not sure what to say about that film. It's a good film.
Yeah.
Really iconic.
Mm.
I don't know if it's the sort of film I'd want to watch like twice. Like, oh hey, I feel like watching Terminator.
I could not watch that twice in the space of a week. As I said, Cameron does not know how to pace a film.
It's probably my nostalgic glasses and why I do love that film, but I can probably watch that film. I first got it on Blu-ray and watched it like 3-4 times in 1 week. And in both editions as well. In normal cut and the special one we just watched.
So yeah, no, overall I would recommend it though. It's a good film, and you know, it is a part of filmmaking history in my book.
So if you haven't seen it,
Definitely see it.
Yeah, see it. It's worth a watch. By no means, I've been quite negative, but honestly, it is a good film. You should watch it. But watch the first one first. I feel like that might help it.
yeah, make it make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do what I've done. I've been stupid. Alright, well, I think that just about does it for this episode of GEEKAMANIA. So, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, that's a Mark.
That's a Ben.
And
That's a Mike.
Michael, hey.
And
Yeah.
take care, guys. Ta-ra.
See you later,
Bye.
guys.